As Americans continue to face new and difficult challenges, Hiring America is speaking with experts and organizations around the country to help support our veterans and their families during this trying time. This week, we're speaking with John Quintas, Managing Director of Military Affairs for Amazon, and Beth Conlin, Senior Program Manager for Amazon's Military Spouse Programs. Thank you both so much for joining us on Hiring America.
Thank you for having us. Very exciting to be on your program, and we're excited to share what Amazon does for veterans in hiring.
With so many businesses having to shut down and so many people unemployed at this point, there's an impression among some military spouses and veterans that there just aren't jobs available right now. Tell us what the situation is like at Amazon and what specifically you're doing for military spouses and veterans.
So Amazon has a pretty wide range of military programs to help bring veterans into the company as well as military spouses. I think they range from getting veterans into tech roles through apprenticeship and internship programs, helping veterans who are on campus come to Amazon through our campus hiring programs, as well as a number of just direct hiring programs, particularly for veterans that want to come into management roles in operations.
On the military spouse side of the house, we know how to work in an unknown and uncertain environment. We basically invented it. And so, in order to help support the rest of the company, we put together some tips and tricks on how to realistically and effectively work from home, how to maintain some sort of semblance of balance in your work and home life situation. And the company as a whole really leaned into that kind of insight from our group and continues to come back to us and ask, what other things can our employees do to make sure that they are meeting the customer's needs, that they are effectively working, that they're comfortably working.
Why is it so important for Amazon to hire members of our military community, veterans, and military spouses?
When it comes to veterans across the board, they bring leadership, they bring experience succeeding in challenging environments. They know how to work as a team, and they really have a lot of overlap in the leadership principles that drive Amazon as a company.
So the technology sector is obviously growing. It has been for a number of years now. Do you have a program for military spouses or veterans interested specifically in tech roles?
Our most successful program for bringing veterans into tech roles is our Amazon Web Services apprenticeship. Basically, it's a year-long program where we use local community colleges to help veterans get the specific classroom skills that they need and experience. We pay them through this internship period, and then we put them through an on-the-job training program. They basically align with a manager who has experience working with veterans, and then we help them gain all the on-the-job skills. As soon as they are up to par on the role that they have applied to, we make an offer and we bring them on full time. The other really important program that we offer for tech roles is for military families, military spouses, and veterans themselves. And that's called AWS, or Amazon Web Services Educate. And this is at-home, online, free classroom training and certification where you can gain all the skills you need to do a role in the cloud technology space. Now, you don't have to come to Amazon, and we have a number of stories of veterans who've used our program and found cloud technology jobs with other companies, and that's perfectly fine with us. We're actually interested in boosting the industry and helping veterans in any way that we can.
We talk to a lot of service members who are making that transition and they want that quote unquote soft landing as well. What's your advice and recommendation on how they can do that specifically with finding employment at Amazon?
Making a smooth transition has been a real challenge for veterans. And I think a large part of it is the translation of skills from what they were doing to what they want to go do next. I think one of the primary challenges veterans face is first knowing what they want to do. For me, it was a space that I was so unfamiliar with after such a long career. I was looking for someone to help me turn into a multiple choice question because the choices were just too large. And so what I tell folks now is, it's really important to take some time to understand what you're good at and what you're passionate about. And I think when you study those two things, it's going to narrow a lot of the choices down for yourself. And I think that's really important for veterans to come into the employment space, kind of knowing more narrowly what you want to do.
Beth, what's your message to military spouses who right now are without work and looking to find gainful employment, know they have the skills, but are just not sure on what to do or where to go?
Oftentimes we would devalue ourselves and take anything just to put our foot in the door. So I think it's really important for military spouse to, if you do have a diverse background because you have spent a few years moving around with your service member, to find a way to tell your story properly, to tie the string together for the recruiters if your resume otherwise might not make sense. And I really also think it's important for military spouses to understand the value that they bring to the workforce and not undervalue themselves regardless of where they are in their career journey.
Where can people go to find out more about jobs at Amazon?
Really, the best place to go for information about jobs at Amazon is amazon.jobs. There are multiple filters where you can by job type or location or level, and you can narrow down probably the 30,000 jobs that are open right now on our site. At the bottom of the page, you'll find some links to how to interview at Amazon and tips on resumes. There are videos. There's also a link to our military page, and you can see testimonials from veterans that are currently working for the company.
We don't pigeonhole military spouses. If you are qualified for a job, please go and apply. So as John said, if you're a military spouse, wanting to find more information on how to get a job at Amazon, go check out amazon.jobs. And as John echoed, be sure to scroll down to the bottom of that page where you can find resources and tips, and also attend one of our weekly webinars, which you can find information on LinkedIn about. If you just Google the Amazon webinars, all of that information will come up as well. I would love for you to join us. If you're a military spouse, you can come chat with me, or you can come chat with any other hiring managers that you might be interested in.
John, Beth, I can't thank you enough. Great insight. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Our
Thank you for
pleasure.
having us.